Hi everyone, welcome to another studio vlog. If you're new here, my name's Rachel. I am the owner of shoprewandco, my small art business that I am working on launching soon. And I have been in the process of making products such as stickers and keychains and fun little things like that in preparation for launching my shop. So I have an exciting announcement. If you've watched my other couple videos that I've made before this, I have been talking about my shop, but I haven't had an exact idea of when I wanted to launch it yet. And I am very excited to announce that my shop will be launching on February 1st. So with the other studio vlogs I've made so far, the content has spanned between like a week to a week and a half worth of work that I've recorded. But this studio vlog is going to be a little different because I need to cram some stuff into the next like 3-ish days. I think it's only going to be 3 days worth of content for this vlog, but it's going to be a lot because I need to get a lot done in preparation for this launch. So I still have some products I need to make, and then I still need to photograph all of my things like my stickers and keychains, plus doing the actual listings themselves on my Etsy. So anyway, it is January 19th today. So technically I have a little, like 1 day under 2 weeks until February 1st, which is when I want to launch my shop. But the last week in January, I'm actually going to be really busy and I'm not going to be able to be in my studio at all. So it's more like I only have a week to get all of this done. So this vlog is basically going to be a marathon of me getting as much done as humanly possible within the next couple days. So like usual, I wrote out a list of everything I have to do. This is just a list of what I still have to make. So I still have a couple keychain designs I need to get finished, plus earrings and possibly some more clay pieces. This is the perfect day for me to start on all this because it is actually snowing a ton. So I feel like it's nice and cozy and I have nothing else to do because I'm snowed in. We're supposed to get like 6 to 8 inches of snow, I think. So yeah, I'm not going anywhere today. While I am getting my workspace situated and like pulling out all the supplies I need to work on everything I'm talking about, I figured I would go down the list with you guys of what I have left to do. First, I have these laser cut wood pins that I made. So I painted and glazed like 10 of them. So I need to now go ahead and actually glue the pin backing onto these, but I also have a keychain version of all of these, but these, as you can see, are not painted yet. So I want to also paint and glaze these little bad boys. Other things I need to make, I have 1, 2, 3, including the cats. Once I paint and glaze them, I have a total of 3 keychain designs that I need to go ahead and assemble. And then I have, I think, like 2 different earring designs I want to make, and possibly 1 or 2 clay magnet designs. So keychains, earrings, and clay pieces. So I think I'm going to color/paint my keychains first, and then we will go to the clay. I just finished up painting all 12 of these little keychains I had, and now I'm going to put them to the side so that the paint can dry before I glaze them. So now I want to move on to working with my airdrop file. Also, I had to change because I took a break while I was painting to go eat, and I accidentally spilled on myself. So that's why I'm in a different outfit. Still the same day. But anyway, I'm gonna set the cat keychains aside, and then I want to start working with clay. I think I want to test out like 4 different designs because, like, I was showing you the flowers and stars already. I think I want to remake those now that I know how to do it properly. And then I have 2 new designs I want to make. But we'll see. We'll get started and like see how I'm feeling. took me just a little under an hour to cut out and form all of the clay pieces, which is perfect because that gave my painted keychains the perfect amount of time to dry. So I'm gonna go ahead and glaze them now. The type of glaze I decided to use is the Liquitex Basic Acrylic Matte Varnish. I tested out a couple different glaze options and this just gave me the result that I was happiest with. Even though it's a matte varnish, it still adds the slightest bit of shine. Not too much because I didn't like the look of doing super glossy varnish on these. I did test out a glossier varnish and I felt like it looked weird. So with this matte varnish, it gives it just enough shine where I think it looks nice, and then it obviously will protect the paint from water or dirt or anything getting on it. What I also like about this varnish option is that it is non-toxic, so I don't need to worry about wearing any sort of extra protection like gloves or any type of mask or anything. I know a lot of other artists use resin to glaze their clay pieces, which has a beautiful end result, but it's something you have to be much more careful when working with. You do have to wear like a respirator and gloves and such. So yeah, if I was like a full-time clay artist, like if I only made clay pieces, it would probably be worth like getting into resin, but for my purposes, I feel like this Liquitex varnish does what I need it to do, and it's still protective of the piece, you know, keeps it safe from water and stuff without posing a risk to my health while I use it. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and glaze the front of all of the keychains, and then I'll let the front dry. The other thing I like about this varnish is that I don't need to cure it. It just dries on its own, and it dries super fast. Dries within like 10 minutes. It needs a full 24 hours to like fully cure, but it dries to the touch within about like 10-ish minutes. So I'm able to varnish the front of all of these, let them dry for a second, and then varnish the back. I'm gonna do that, and then I will let these dry, and it'll probably be time to move on to some of my beaded goodies, my other keychains and earrings. Oh, but before I do that, I'll probably want to glue all the pin backings on for the other wood cats that I already worked on, which to do that, I got just like flat back pins with the little plastic clasp that goes on them, and then I'll glue them in place with either like E6000 or Gorilla Glue. I just finished glazing all of my little wooden cats, so I set those aside so that they can dry for the next 24 hours. And then I also went ahead and glued the pins on the back of my other wood cats. So these are just a flat back pin that I glued in place. And that glue also needs 24 hours to dry. So I'm gonna set all the wood pieces aside with my clay pieces I made, because all of those pieces need 24 hours. Is what I'm getting at. So what I want to work on now are my hand beaded keychains and earrings. I talked about this either in my last studio vlog or the one before that, but one of the keychain designs I'm doing is this like nature themed one. So it has like a butterfly, different flowers, leaves, and then this little glass mushroom bead. And I have, including the pink, I have 4 different colors of the glass mushroom bead. I have the pink, blue, green, and brown. So what I want to do is make a bunch of these keychains, but make them in the 4 different color options so that when I launch my shop, if you want to order this, you have 4 different colors to choose from. Hey guys, it is now Monday, January 20th. If you know, you know. Today is, it's been a day so far. Anyway, um, I continued working on some more keychains after I stopped filming last night, so I was able to get all of my pink nature keychains made, and then I have the pieces made for the other colors. It's just a matter of actually assembling them now. But I was just checking in on my clay pieces, and I really like this clay because it dries within a day. There are some other types of air dry clay that it says it dries within 24 hours, but it still can feel kind of squishy to the touch. But these are feeling good. So today, what I need to get done, other than continuing to work on my beaded keychains, I want to sand and paint these so that they can dry before I glaze them. And then, oh, the cat keychains that I painted and glazed yesterday are dry now too, so I'll be able to assemble those. But yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. I feel like I got a decent amount of stuff done yesterday. I want to continue getting more stuff done today. I'm super excited to paint these now that I feel like I know what I'm doing. Again, if you watched, I think it was my last studio vlog where I was testing out this new type of, I think it was my last studio vlog where I was testing out this new type of clay and figuring out what type of paint looked good on it. And then the glaze was like a big thing, figuring out what type of glaze worked best. But anyway, I'm pretty excited about these. I actually have, I don't know if you can see it. I have two test ones right here. Let me zoom in on them so you can see them. Okay, so these are two little test magnets I did. I have my little star guy, and then I did this little like love letter as like a Valentine's Day themed type of magnet. But I'm pretty happy with how they turned out. I used that same Liquitex matte varnish on these, and I like that it adds the slightest bit of shine, but it's not too crazy. And the magnets are staying on super well with the type of glue I used. That was another thing I was a little worried about, is that if the glue wasn't strong enough when you like go to pull the magnet off of something, that it would rip, but it is pretty sturdy and I'm pretty happy with how they look. I think they're pretty cute. So anyway, now that I have tested the process of making these, I'm feeling better about this round, because the round I made last time, they turned out okay, but they weren't like good enough quality in my opinion to actually sell. So yeah, hopefully this round goes well. I will probably hold off on painting these though for a few more hours while I'm making my other keychains though. That way, they have a little bit more time to dry just in case the inside isn't fully dry yet, because obviously you can't tell if it's dried the whole way through, but the outside is dry at least, so that's exciting. While I continue assembling the pieces for my keychains, I thought we could just chat a little, catch up. This weekend is when TikTok went down and obviously came back on like 12 hours later. And I'm curious what you guys think. I'm like, was this like some weird like propaganda, like marketing, political thing? Like, I don't know. This whole thing seems really, really weird about just the timing and the way it worked out. And then like the message you get when you log back into TikTok now is like, thank you, you know who, for supporting us. I don't know. This whole thing seems kind of weird. But the reason I'm bringing that up is because I haven't made a ton of TikToks, but I got into making them over the fall and I had fun with it. But once it was becoming more clear that TikTok was going to be banned, I stopped making short form content just because I didn't want to like waste my time doing that if the platform was going to go away anyway. But obviously now we are seeing that it's not going anywhere for now. So I think I want to get back into making TikToks and like shorter form content because it's fun. The only thing I'm kind of struggling with is like balancing making my long form content versus my short form content, because obviously you have to film those in different ratios. So my YouTube videos are filmed horizontally, and TikToks or Reels or whatever platform you post short form content on is vertical. So that stinks in the sense like you can't reuse content across both platforms. Basically, the issue I'm running into is figuring out how to film both forms of content, which might sound silly because it's like you just take turns, I guess, but it's like if I'm filming my YouTube videos, I'm focused on filming my YouTube videos and making sure I'm getting like a good variety of shots for this, and that, you know, my brain is like fully concentrated on the idea of my YouTube video and what the end result is going to look like. And then same goes for if I'm filming short form content. Like my brain is in short form content mode. So all that being said, I feel like I can't multitask and like film a little bit for my YouTube and then film a little bit for short content. Like it needs to be separated for me. So I'm wondering if I like break my week up in a way where it's like, oh, like Monday through Thursday is designated for filming my YouTube videos, and then Friday and Saturday is when I do my short form videos. I don't know. I'm not sure if any of that makes any sense. I just feel like that's kind of how my brain works sometimes. Like, I feel like I used to be way better at multitasking in the past than I am now. Now I find myself, I need to focus in on one project on a time. And honestly, that might have to do with the fact that I have ADHD and I've always kind of functioned in a state of chaos, like at all times, in the sense that my brain is going like a million miles per hour at all times. So basically, I'm just realizing as I'm getting older that I can't keep up with the chaos and like disorganization that my ADHD causes me, and I'm trying to be better about managing that. So that's where I feel like all of this comes into play of needing to delegate specific times for myself to film specific forms of content. And honestly, maybe this is how everyone works. Like, maybe that is how most people do it. Like, they set specific times to film, like, short or long form content. But in my head, for whatever reason, I'm like, oh, people, like, if they're filming one thing, they can probably, like, film it all at the same time without having an issue. I don't know. I feel like I'm rambling. I feel like this happens in every video where I want to talk about something and then I kind of just go off on a tangent, and I don't know if it makes any sense until I watch it back and edit it. And honestly, sometimes it doesn't, but I still include it in the video because you never know. Someone might relate and understand what I'm saying. I have been working on my keychains for so long that my hands are starting to hurt from holding my pliers. So I am now taking a break from that and moving on to the clay magnets. What I'm doing first for the flowers is tracing this little circle cookie cutter I have so that I have a perfect circle that I can paint around. So it is currently 10 minutes until 6 o'clock. So realistically, I'm thinking that I'll at least be able to paint the base color down on each of the clay pieces. So the flowers are going to be pink and yellow, the stars are going to be yellow, and then the little envelopes are going to be white. So I should be able to at least get those colors down, and then that way tomorrow they'll be dry enough for me to then go in with my finer brushes and Posca pens to add all the little details. Hey guys, it is now Wednesday, and I had to get blood work done this morning, so that's what this stupid bandage on my arm is. I'm so bad about getting blood work done. I always get like lightheaded. I didn't pass out, thankfully, but I just got home from doing that like 20 or 30 minutes ago, and I'm still not feeling totally great. I ate lunch as soon as I got home because I had to fast for it, and now I'm treating myself to a gluten-free cookie and a little Dr. Pepper to hopefully make myself feel less lightheaded. But I got a lot of work done yesterday. I assembled all of my nature keychains, the ones with the little mushrooms, which I'm super excited about. I almost finished painting all of my clay things. I still need to add the faces with my Posca markers, but all of the like base colors are painted, which is exciting. And what else? Oh, I started assembling some of the cat keychains. Oop, spinning all over the place. I still have like 10 more of those to put together. And what else? I might still make another keychain design or two, maybe another earring design. I'm not totally sure. I'm trying to figure out if I have enough time to get all of that done. But I'm feeling pretty good about what I do have done and what I definitely will be able to put in my shop launch. I will have the nature keychains, cat pins, the 3 different designs of magnets, the clay pieces. Although, I keep saying I want to make these magnets, but I'm wondering if I should make these pins too. To be determined. So these will either be clay pins or clay magnets. I'm not totally decided on that. What else? Oh, I have the flower earrings I made, and then all the sticker designs that I got. So, yeah, I feel like that's a pretty good start to my shop launch. Again, like I said, if I'm able to, I might try to make another keychain design or two, but yeah, I'm really excited about the progress I've made within the past couple days. You know, sometimes dealing with a chronic illness, it can be really hard to stay motivated and stay on top of everything I want to get done, especially because the past like week or two I was having a flare up with all of that. I'm proud of myself for sticking with it the past couple days and like cranking out as much as I possibly could, like I wanted to. Because the reality is, I'm not always in a position to be able to do that. When I'm, feeling really sick, sometimes I have to stay in bed all day. That's just kind of the reality of what life is looking like for me at the moment. With all that being said, I'm really happy with the progress I've been able to make in the past couple days, and I want to use the rest of today to continue cranking more stuff out. It is currently 12:15, so it's, pretty early in the day. So I'm feeling confident that I will be able to get all this done. And then once everything is assembled, the last thing I need to do is take pictures of everything, which I'm excited about. Get to style the photos and figure out how I want to do all that. So yeah, I'm going to start out by finishing up the clay pieces, finishing up the little details on those. Then I want to finish assembling all the cat keychains, and we'll check in after that for what my next steps are going to be. Okay, this needs to come off before anything else because it is making my skin so itchy. Oh my gosh. Ugh, I hate getting my blood work. Alright, it has been a few hours. It's 3:30. So it's been like 3-ish hours since our last check-in. Since then, I finished assembling all of my cat keychains, which I think turned out super cute. I added like a little star bead to them. I finished painting and glazing all of my clay pieces. They're out of reach right now, but I ended up with 6 flowers, 6 stars, and then unfortunately I started out with 6 of the little love letters, but there were a couple casualties, so there's only going to be 3 of those. But regardless, I'm happy with how they turned out, and I feel like I definitely have my process down now for how I'm going to sculpt, paint, and glaze clay pieces in the future. I do still need to either glue magnets or pin backs on the backs of them. I haven't decided if I want them to be pins or magnets yet, or maybe I'll do a couple of each. Still to be determined, but that's all I have left to do for those, which is super exciting. And then all my nature keychains have been done, so I have the 3 different color variations of this, the brown, pink, and blue, which I've been talking about for a bit. I have the flower earrings I made a while back, and then I just came up with these very simple dangly star earrings, which I think are super cute and neutral. They would match literally any outfit. And then I also thought these would be cute for like February and Valentine's Day. There are these little cherry earrings. So I only made 1 pair of each of those as like a test to see what kind of design I liked, and I think they're super cute. So I want to make a few more pairs of each of those to list. Now that I'm listing all of the things I've done out loud, I'm feeling better about it because for whatever reason in my head I was like, oh, I don't have enough for a shop launch, I don't have enough. And now I'm at the point where I'm like, no, I think I have more than enough, especially because I keep forgetting I have like, what, 10 different sticker designs I'm launching with this too. So it should be plenty. And yeah, it's just exciting to be at a point in this process where I'm in the final stretch before my first shop launch. Hey guys, it is now Thursday, January 23rd. I ended up not doing all of my photos yesterday because since I skipped out on my nap, I was very exhausted by like only 6:30, so I just hung out with my family, we watched some shows, and then I went to bed. So I didn't do my photos yet, which is what we're gonna do today. The lighting in here is amazing right now, so I'm really happy about that. But yeah, taking the photos is all I have left to do for the to-do list I made at the beginning of this week of what I needed to get done within this specific vlog. So I'm really happy about that. I'm happy I was able to get this much work done in, like 3-4 days. So anyway, I'm gonna film a little bit of like behind the scenes of how I'm taking the photos. I don't know where I'm gonna start. I think I'll do the stickers first. did end up also using my nice camera, which is what I'm filming on right now. It's the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. I switched over to this camera to take some pictures too because I felt like my phone wasn't totally picking up the colors properly, like they were too light, but then on this camera I almost felt like they were too dark. So I took photos on both just so I have the option now when I do go to like edit them of. But anyway, I just wanted to check back in again before I close out the vlog. Again, my shop launch is now scheduled for February 1st, which I'm super duper excited about. If you want more frequent updates on that, definitely follow me on Instagram and Threads. My username is the same at ruinco. And while you're at it, you could follow me on TikTok too. Same username now that it isn't banned anymore. I don't know what that whole mess was, but that's a discussion for another time. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and liked seeing the behind the scenes of getting ready for my shop launch and some of the work that has been going into that. It has definitely been a labor of love, but I'm so excited to be at this point and having the opportunity to share my creations with you guys. I haven't gone through and priced all of my products yet, but I'm going to try to keep them as affordable as possible. The most expensive things will probably be my beaded keychains, but like stickers and stuff, I want to make sure they're a reasonable price so that if you are interested in getting anything, you don't have to like break the bank to do so. But also, obviously, no pressure on ordering. I just appreciate you guys watching and supporting my process as an artist. Anyways, thank you again so much for watching. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe and check out my other videos. I have like 3 other ones posted at this point, I think. And yeah, I will see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!